Here, so when you turn on the ventilator,
Yeah.
this one looks like it's programmed to automatically go into adult ped.
Right.
And we're calling anyone that's greater than 10 kilos would be adult ped. Anyone less than 10 kilos would be neonatal. So you select neonatal,
Okay.
you lock that in. Oops, start ventilation here.
Yep.
There we go. So neonatal. So you select neonatal, and at this point you have your circuit on. You're ready to get started to be able to go and do your cath. So I brought end-tidal CO2. We'll talk about that in a minute. So it's going to be the same as the adult. You're going to go to system. You're going to go to tests and calibrations, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to do your leak test. So until you disconnect the patient. Block it, and you do all of this with the flow sensor in line. So that's something to keep in mind. You don't have the flow sensor out of line. If you were to forget that, it's right here in the picture that you have that there. Alright, so we passed that one. So the next is going to be that flow sensor test. So this is where you're going to need your adapter here to be able to flip it.
That's just like the adult.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. There's nothing.
Just looks a little bit different.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And this little piece, I always wondered what this little doohickey was, and it's actually just for holding on to the flow sensor, so you can actually attach it here. Like in the adult one, how they have the little nub on there, it's the same idea. So we pass our test. You don't have to do your O2 sensor, that's typically done once a month, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, so we've made sure that, hello Paul, welcome back sir. So we've made sure that we've passed our calibrations, our tests, so we're good to go. So at this point, hopefully your patient is just coming in the door because you've now had time to have your ventilator fully ready to go. And so for this first demonstration, we'll say that it's going to be a kid who is less than 10 kilos, and say it's a small child. We'll say they're going to be, say they'll be 3 kilos. So you're going to shoot for a tidal volume of 6 to 8 mLs per kilo. So 3 times 6, so we'll say it's going to be 18 for a tidal volume. Because our tidal volume is 18, we're going to use this neonatal HME. This HME is 15 to 50 for a tidal volume. So 15 to 50 on the HME here. The pediatric HME, the other HME that you have for an option, is 70 to 600 for your tidal volume options. I would not recommend someone over probably 300 for this, but 70 to 600. So you have your child who's 3 kilos and come in. You selected the tidal volume of 18 because you want to do 6 mLs per kilo. And because of that, you're going to use your infant HME. So we'll put that in mind.
Those don't come in the circuit, they're separate?
No, those are separate. I brought
Okay.
Peggy some.
Yep.
And do you always start at 6, or do you wait for the provider to help you with that? Just always started.
Well, so 6 to 8 mLs per kilo is what you can use,
Right.
and it's sort of up to you what you're gonna.
Gotta make sure you
I mean, at least
exercise
for
and then
for
it
us,
goes.
we always try to start lower. So we'll go with
Yep.
6,
Okay.
and if we had to go higher, we would.
Okay.
But I don't know. We're gonna have to do that. I'm just realizing I don't know that this
Yeah.
HME is gonna work for you guys.
Our providers are gonna say,
Sorry, do whatever you want.
yeah.
Why won't it work?
That's not gonna work for you guys. So it doesn't attach to that
Stupid.
circuit like that. Yeah, so you'll have to use the pediatric one.
For all of them?
Yeah, let me just.
That's a lot of weight.